And defensively have played on those outside wing positions, and they're tough.
Borges. All the way to the right. Gamboa. Ruiz. Bolaños. All the way across. Campbell was one of the two players there. Sabrio the other going for that ball. Zardes gave it away. Cameron the follow-up. Tap back by Bedoya to Bradley. Now to Yedlin. That high pressure now starts again for Costa Rica. That's where the game started. Zardes. Bedoya blocked. Costa Rica wins it. Campbell played it across for Sabrio. He lost it. Brooks cleared it away to Johnson. And the U.S. attacks from the flank. Bobby Wood. Dropping it back, and now the U.S. will settle. It's not on, so play it, keep possession.
Yeah, and that was good recognition there by both Bobby Wood and Jermaine Jones. And Jermaine Jones initially put his head down, was going to make a run in behind, but notice that it was a 2 against 4.
On that left side, it's Wood holding it. Pushing it all the way back. And now into U.S. territory. Cameron. From Brooks.
And just look how compact Costa Rica's lines are.
Zardes. Dempsey. Back to Gyasi Zardes. Johnson. Jones. Here is Zardes. Edge of the box. Lost it there. Costa Rica takes over.
And when the spaces are so tight, JP, I mean, Costa Rica's front line is only about 30 yards from that back 5, so it's crying out for a midfielder to make a run in behind, because if they don't go with you, it gives a good opportunity for Michael Bradley or Bedoya, whoever it might be, to just put one over the top and test them in behind. But if they do go with you, well, then the center backs are going to drop. It's going to open up space for Clint Dempsey, but right now, Costa Rica are just trying to neutralize all of that space in midfield.
Ball was lost out. Last touch by the U.S. A Campbell quick throw in. Finds Celso Borges. Sending it long and wide. Johnson had that one covered. Goes out for USA throw in. The Copa America Centenario and FS1 is sponsored by Powerade. We're all just a kid from somewhere. Powerade. Power through. Rica on the ball, trailing by a goal, conceding that penalty kick. Here's Jones, turning around, USA attacking now with numbers 4 in the attack, wide on the left side. Fabian Johnson forced to pick it up. The cross, wide at Pemberton, and then knocked out of play.
Well, if you've been watching the Bundesliga or the Champions League this season, you'll have seen Fabian Johnson do this many times, getting down that left-hand side. Gets in, it's a good delivery, and actually right before that, Gyasi Zardes was...
Flags up.
Had his shirt just pulled just for a second by Matarrita. The referee didn't see it. It impeded his run, and ultimately resulted in him getting to that cross just a half second too late.
Acosta for Costa Rica. Plays for the club side, Alajuelense. A lot of these Costa Rican players with experience in European leagues for several now. Also World Cup experience. Matarrita knocking it ahead. Sabrio waits for the runner. It is Matarrita versus Yedlin. Speed versus speed on that flank. Nice cut for Matarrita. Bending ball in. There's some holding going on. Both players. Johnson and Bolaños. And now the whistle. Free kick U.S.
Yeah, Matarrita had done well down that left-hand side. Cuts back on his right. DeAndre Yedlin bites. There's no need for him to dive in there 30 yards from his own goal. It was actually Fabian Johnson at the back post who had positioned himself well. He had two attackers on his back.
Other than the lead, Stu, what's better for the U.S. compared to that Colombia game?
I'd say the understanding and the movement of both defensively of the wide wingers, which is Gyasi Zardes and Bobby Wood, both for and against the ball. We'd said coming into this they would be the key. They'd be the key in how they interacted with their fullbacks, but then also how they broke. So although at times in the final third it's broken down a little bit, there's much better movement. They're more clinical.
Like this. Dempsey. Zardes in the box. Zardes put it over. Could have been goal number 2 for the U.S.
Well, there was the combination play. But again, it comes down to the finish. Clint Dempsey does really well here, recognizing that Zardes had peeled off at that right side. It was excellent combination play before that, and Zardes is just leaning back a touch. If he can get over that one, hit it low and hard to the back post, and you see Jurgen Klinsmann's reaction. He knows it. It was excellent build-up play, movement between the lines. Bedoya finds Dempsey, Dempsey finds Zardes, and it just breaks down at the final shot.
This time the foul goes against the U.S. Free kick, Costa Rica. Calvo for Matarrita. Campbell. Calvo. Bradley's doing the defensive work. Into the middle it goes. Borges. Bolaños. Pulling it back. Keeping possession for Costa Rica, down by a goal. Pass was off target. Bedoya for Jones, and that went off his foot. Gathered in by Costa Rica. Borges. Back towards the circle. Calvo. Played on their Gold Cup team. Ball played to the feet of Matarrita. He's in the box. Played it across, and Dusan prevents that one from going out for a corner.
Well, and it's DeAndre Yedlin again making an excellent recovery run. This is something we've seen far too often with DeAndre Yedlin, and he has gotten better at it since he's gone over to Sunderland, but gets caught ball watching at times. He dives in thinking he can win it, and he can so often using that pace because his first step is so quick, but once you dive in against a player with speed, against like Matarrita, he plays the 1-2 and he goes. But Yedlin does extremely well to make that recovery run.
Brooks is back for the U.S. Johnson. Dempsey. 4 in the attack again for the U.S. in black. It's Dempsey cutting it across. Fired! And missing the target was Jones.
Well, another good counter-attacking play from the United States. It's Dempsey again. And I'll say it again, I think he's really comfortable in that role when he has players moving around him. There's not many other players on this team that I want on the ball, running towards the goal, 18, 20 yards from goal, with the ability to see a pass, to slip it, to know the timing. And again, he picks the right pass to Jermaine Jones. Just leaning back just a touch.
Wide for Ruiz. Matarrita with a back heel. Very fancy, but effective. Ruiz. A couple of cuts. Bedoya stays with him. High pressure now from Jones. Forcing the turnover. Jones slides it ahead of Dempsey. By himself at the moment. Now he's joined by 2 teammates. He's got Bedoya on the right. Dempsey cuts. Still has it for Jones. Low shot. Go! Jermaine Jones! U.S. leads by 2.
Well, again, it's the positioning of Jermaine Jones and Bobby Wood that has allowed Jermaine Jones to get in a little bit further up in pressure. And as we just finished talking about, Clint Dempsey running at defenses with the ball. And Jermaine Jones just passes this one into the corner, wraps his foot around it, good speed on it, and it just nestled into the corner. What a finish. Jermaine Jones, who's become a goal scorer this season for the Colorado Rapids. We see it again, Clint Dempsey attracting defenders around the ball, forcing Costa Rica to converge around him. He slips it to Jones, and Jones with an excellent finish. United States up 2-0 and looking comfortable.
But remember how that play started. He wins the ball himself, gets it forward with second effort, and then makes the run.
Yeah, and Jones, as we talked about against Colombia, was asked to double down on Cuadrado. He's so much deeper. This guy can run. He can move. He can chew up ground. He covers space. He does it so well there. It was a heavy touch in the back. He closes it down and then still has the energy to get forward.
Dempsey again drives that a bit too far, intended for Wood.
No, I think he was trying to shoot, JP.
You do?
Oh, he picked his
From
head
there?
up. Pemberton was off his line. Clint Dempsey was trying to shoot there. You don't hit a pass with your laces from that part.
he did tag it.
That's confidence for you. Clint Dempsey is looking a completely different player today.
Calvo, long distance. Cameron won it in the air. Zardes picks it up. Well, the veterans have come through tonight. Dempsey and Jones. Samario's pass behind, blocked. He'll get it back in front. A deflected ball cleared away by Michael Bradley. And now picked up again by Bolaños.
This one's not over yet. This Costa Rican team have a lot of talent in that attacking third.
Into the box it comes, one header, second ball, that belongs to Brooks, who cleared it ahead. Dempsey went down, got the call.
Well, certainly everything's going his way today, isn't it? Falls over, still manages to keep the ball, gets a nutmeg, wins the foul.
As soon as they win the ball, though, 3 or 4 of their teammates go forward. We didn't see that against Colombia. Of course, Colombia had a lot of the ball, too.
And that gives Clint Dempsey options. If he's going to be the highest player, more than often than not, he is going to drop into that hole. But when he has slashing runs, and this time, look, he gets 2 defenders around him. Maybe Costa Rica might be thinking that's a foul, but in my book, that's not a foul at all. And still, Jermaine Jones still had a lot to do from that distance. He's 20 yards out and hits that one with power into the corner.
Knocked away from Bobby Wood. He slowly rises. Yedlin will take this throw in. 40th minute, USA leading Costa Rica 2-0. Zardes tracking back against Bolaños, helps to allow Michael Bradley to win it. Jones and Bradley tight there. Yedlin, Zardes. Inside and outside of Monterrita, finds Dempsey. He finds room, has Bedoya. He has the runner. It's Johnson cutting it back. Dempsey was right there in the seam.
And so was Wood, though. I think Fabian Johnson makes the wrong option here. It was an excellent run from him. Good side-to-side movement for the United States. They came down the right with Zardes. Quick switch out from Dempsey. And I think if Johnson just hits that low and hard across the box, Bobby Wood's got a tap in at the back post. But encouraging signs.
Bolaños ran into a double team and lost it there to Cameron. Bradley, Zardes. Bradley leaves it off now for John Brooks. Bedoya for Bradley. Late stages of the first half. The USA gets that all-important second goal to give them a little bit of breathing room.
I wonder if the United States have just switched to a 4-4-2 because Bobby Wood's playing very high. And Clint Dempsey's actually playing underneath him now with Bedoya on that left-hand side who's going to pick the ball up here.
Bedoya, Dempsey. Just lost it, but he recovered it. Ball's following him around. Wood, turning, shooting! Bobby Wood! 3-0 US!
Well, U.S. fans are going to like this one, and they're also going to say Bobby Wood scores goals through the middle, and we've seen him do it in the second Bundesliga, 17 goals for Union Berlin. He picks this one up in the middle. This is a true striker's goal. Back to goal, quick turn, right foot, and smashes it into the corner. He does well on that left-hand side. He's been good throughout this game, good interchanging, but Bobby Wood is most comfortable in front of goal, down the lines, right through the middle. Does extremely well here, and Pemberton has no chance on that one. Great finish from Bobby Wood. And the United States, as we just got done saying there, had moved to a 4-4-2 that had put Bobby Wood up front. Jermaine Jones is now playing in the center midfield with Michael Bradley. I wonder if that's just Jurgen Klinsmann taking the foot off the gas just a touch, but it's hard to argue with that third goal.
3-0, USA leading. We'll have everything coming up for you on our Volkswagen halftime show.
Here he goes again, Wood.
Rob Stone, the guy's going to be busy breaking this down. Wood couldn't get to that ball. Huge goal for Wood and the team, getting one so late in the first half. Adding to the momentum from that last goal in the 37th by Jones. The two goals about 5 minutes apart. Bradley, Jones. Again, look at the numbers for the U.S. going forward. 5 in the attack. Knocked away, but it belongs to Costa Rica.
Well, coming into this one, there was a lot of talk about how the United States would handle this, and backs against the wall, whatever you want to say. They weathered the early storm, and then since that penalty by Clint Dempsey, there's only been one team in this game, and it's been the United States. They're playing with confidence. Their movement's been excellent off the ball.
Greg Johnson just got a yellow on the far side of the field. Only Bedoya is in yellow card jeopardy coming into this game for the U.S. What a deep hole this is, though, for Costa Rica. They never expected this, especially the way the game started.
Yeah, and if they're going to go for it, knowing that they have Colombia next, it's just going to open this game up even more.
You have to be concerned, too, about goal differential in the tiebreaker. Here is Ruiz looking. Oh, trying to make that nice spin move, finding Bolaños. Campbell calling for the ball. Final minute of the first half. Setting it up. Brooks in the air. Second ball taken down. Blocked away from Samarillo. The boys on the chase. Good hustle. U.S. gets it. And gets out of danger. Costa Rica was able to win it back. Off the tackle. U.S. again. 1 minute added on in stoppage time. That's too long for Wood. I think he knew he would have been in an offside position.
Well, Costa Rica came here to make the game small, make it compact. And the United States, with their movement, have just caused them all kinds of problems. Runs from midfield, runs from the front three. And they've looked night and day better in the final third than they did against Colombia.
Gamboa with time running out in the first half. Bradley knocked it away. Jones picks it up. Matarrita looking for some movement. Finding it with Campbell. Curling ball in. Brooks wins another in the air. And that's going to do it. What a terrific first half for the USA. Would love to bottle this. The veterans have come through. So has youth. Your goal scorers are Dempsey on a penalty kick in the 9th. Jones in the 37th. And Bobby Wood, the younger player, in the 42nd. Rob Stone, what a terrific first half for Team USA.
Absolutely, JP. And remember the demeanor of Jurgen Klinsmann when he walked off the field at halftime of their 2-0 loss to Colombia. Certainly a different mood this time. Costa Rica knows the feeling. Down 3-0. All U.S. All three of their goals coming up next on the Volkswagen Halftime Show.
The Emmy Award-winning Garbage Time with Katie Nolan is a hit. The Huffington Post is calling it epic.
Who could have predicted that plot twist?
Entertainment Weekly says it's witty and refreshing.
You put most of them on the ground, Alex.
Garbage Time with Katie Nolan, all new episode, Wednesday at midnight on FS1.
Golf GTI, part of the award-winning Golf family.
Ain't no gift like the present tense. Ain't no love like the whole romance. Got to make hay when the sun shining. Can't waste time when it comes time to dance. Long live the heart, long live the soul that knows what it wants.
You both have a perfect driving record.
Perfect.
No tickets, no accidents.
That is until one of you clips a food truck, ruining your perfect record.
Yeah.
Now, you would think your insurance company would cut you some slack, right?
No, your insurance rates go through the roof. Your perfect record doesn't get you anything.
Anything.
Perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Soccer is like a drink. Delicious from the first minute. Refreshing when living something new. Sometimes it's hard to forget, and other times, not so much. It's a drink that can freeze you in the moment. Or ignite you. No matter how you take it, when you really feel it, it will always taste like victory.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Philadelphia.
Indianapolis.
Phoenix.
Chicago.
Baltimore.
Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie.
One Little Joint Supplement. You know this powerful little pill is great for your joints. It's great for your knees. It even has powerful benefits to help increase your mobility and flexibility. But the joint supplements of today are sadly incomplete because they don't start relieving joint discomfort fast enough. Introducing the complimentary sample of fast-acting Instaflex Advanced, our most powerful joint formula ever. The only thing our complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced is missing is the price. We're so sure Instaflex Advanced will give you fast relief. We'll give you a complimentary sample. To claim your sample, go to tryinstaflex.com and enter this promo code. Instaflex Advanced is great for fast-acting relief of joint discomfort in your knees, hands, and even your hips. Complimentary samples are not available in any store. You can only get your sample by going to tryinstaflex.com now and entering this promo code. That's tryinstaflex.com. Tryinstaflex.com.
We welcome you to the Copa Halftime Show, brought to you by the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Not since last year's Gold Cup 4-0 halftime lead over Cuba has the U.S. enjoyed such an advantage at the break. It is 3-0 for the U.S., the largest halftime lead we have experienced at this summer's Copa America. Rob Stone, Hercules Gomez, Fernando Fiore, Alexi Lawless here with you. Jurgen Klinsmann had his boss turn up the pressure on him a little bit today, and here he is just 45 minutes away from his 50th win in charge of the U.S. men's national team, and a win that would certainly change the narrative of this program. Sam's Army, American Outlaws, everybody in the house as we take a look at our Volkswagen halftime highlights. Look at the focus on the deuce right there. It was an opening 7 minutes owned by Costa Rica until this moment, Lex.
Penalty. Stone cold penalty. Do not pass go, do not collect Hunter. Go straight to the penalty spot and give it right. You can see, look, right there. Okay. Can't complain. There's nothing there. That is a penalty. Scream and yell all you want. But Dempsey steps up to the spot with the Thorete right in the corner. Off to a good start.
Exhale, Americans. Exhale. His 50th international goal. They tack on another one, Fernando, in the 37th.
Beautiful play. Look at Jermaine Jones. Gets the ball in midfield. Tackle, runs, Dempsey. I go to the right, I go to the left. I don't think that Dempsey was looking for Jones, but Jones was looking for the ball. And this is a perfect curve. I love Brazilian. Look at that ball. It goes. right next to the post.
His 4th international goal. Herc, let's make it 3, Love.
Well, look at this. Look at Dempsey dishing right here to Wood. And it's almost as if Wood has played this position before at the 9th spot. Look how comfortable he looks. Turns, shoots, blasts, goal.
Let's take a look at our live Group A standings. The U.S. up 3-0. That would give them 3 points, and that would have them level with Colombia. Remember, Colombia in action at 10 Eastern right here on FS1 as they take on Paraguay. Clint Dempsey now at 50 goals, just 7 behind, tying Landon Donovan. Interesting note, his first career international goal came in Chicago back in 05 versus England. He gets his 50th in the Windy City as well. Herc, let's talk about Jermaine Jones. In one of the tune-ups leading into the Copa, we saw a great kind of back-checking type work by Jermaine Jones to win the ball that led immediately to a U.S. goal. He does it again today.
He does it again. I mean, Jermaine Jones has been all over the place in the first half. Take a look here. Look at this pressure. Jermaine Jones pressuring the Costa Rican defender right there. Some more pressure, gets a little deflection there, the tackle. But after this tackle to Clint Dempsey, look at the ground he has to cover. Dempsey dribbling, finding something. Jermaine still lurking, covering. Dempsey can't go there, goes left on a great loose ball, and the finish is sublime.
Lex, where on the field is the U.S. winning this one?
Well, you just mentioned Jermaine Jones. He's dominating. Michael Bradley, I think, is being very composed. And even though you don't see him a lot, he's being smart in where he is. DeAndre Yedlin up and down that right-hand side, especially defensively, because Matarate is giving him some problems out there. But just the tackling. I mean, just the ability to tackle. This is an old-school type of U.S. performance.
Absolutely.
And it's fun to see. I don't care anymore about aesthetics. I don't care about beauty or anything like that. You come out, they put them under their thumb right from the whistle. Little shaky in that first 10 minutes, but once you got that gift of that penalty, boom, off to the races.
I didn't like Bradley in the first 10 minutes. I think that he was a little lost on the field. And then all of a sudden, he got settled and he was a little better. Sardis was really going that flank up and down, up and down. I think that he did a great job. And Jermaine Jones is just fantastic. How old is Jermaine Jones?
34.
Guy.
Start the kids, youth, all that kind of stuff. And when it comes down to games that mean something.
Yeah, not when it's still going like Jermaine. And not when it's still going like the Deuce, number 8. Clint Dempsey, must-see soccer. Next.
Connect to your passion on the Sprint network, whose reliability is now within 1% of Verizon, and save 50% on most Verizon rates.
Estamos todos conectados. Start the game. I just don't get it. Why pay twice as much for just a 1% difference?
Sprint, game on.
Two leading men for their teams. That's Columbus on the front foot immediately. Absolutely amazing start. Brilliant play. It's fantastic stuff.
Thank you for dining with us. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much.
Whoa. I got this. Just gotta reach the check. Almost there.
I can't reach it. If you have alligator arms, you avoid picking up the check. What? That's what you do. I got this. Thanks, Dennis. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Oh, that is good crispy duck.
Calling all go-getters, all providers, all self-motivated self-starters. Drive with Uber and put a $ in front of your odometer, like this guy.
Technically, I'm a cook.
Sign up here, drive a few hours a day, make $300 a week.
Actually, it's a little bit more than that.
That's extra buy you stuff money, or buy them stuff money. Calling all early risers, 9 to 5ers, and night owls. With Uber, a little drive goes a long way.
Start earning this week. Go to uber.com/drive now.
Vidal and Chile battle Bolivia. Then, Messi leads Argentina against Panama. A Copa America doubleheader kicks off Friday at 6:30 on Fox.
Hi, I'm Monica, and this is my husband, Sean, and we just remodeled our house with Build.com.
We had a good idea of what we wanted it to look like in the end, but we were completely overwhelmed.
We called Build.com and got connected to our product specialist, Stephanie, and she really put our mind at ease. She asked us about our project and the style we were going for and started suggesting products and ideas that we would have never thought of without talking to her. It was almost like having our own personal project planner on hand.
Save up to 40% on plumbing, lighting, and more at Build.com.
This is Home Free.
Tim Tebow joins Mike Holmes in Fox's Feel Good competition.
You can do this.
Pushing contestants further.
You have to build an entire neighborhood.
To fight for something bigger.
I'm going to win you a dream home.
What? You need to remember your hero and why you're here.
She donated her kidney to my father.
Lives.
This is yours.
Will.
This is beautiful.
Change.
I can't believe this place is mine.
Home Free with Tim Tebow and Mike Holmes. Season premiere next week on Fox.
Big names at the Copa coming up. Coutinho, Chicharito, and Messi. Sounds like he will play Friday on Fox versus Panama. Our Copa halftime show was brought to you by the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Second half from Chicago next.
Big plays, baby, big plays.
Is that Mike?
Yeah, he lost his wall or something. He's on his way.
Classic Mike.
The B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu. Fast, affordable lunches with a side of serious sports action. Dine in or take out. Weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Someone is going all in on fresh. Baking fresh bread in the store every single day. Carrying locally grown produce picked at peak of season freshness. Can you guess who? And stocking shelves with all-natural 100% ground beef. But if you really want to know who it could be, try it at Walmart's low prices.
Everything has a beginning, a start of something great. We work at it. We use these words. We live by them. Dedication, passion, patience. Trust your fundamentals. Never settle. Be unconventional. Know when to innovate and know when to stay true to your roots. This is our heritage, our history, and it's happening right here and now. Volpe Foods, proud partner of U.S. Soccer.
The turbocharged dream machine, the Volkswagen Golf GTI, part of the award-winning Golf family.
You have a vision. It drives you. It inspires you. It's why you can see what others can't. You know what you want, and we can help you get it. You need options? We've got all kinds. Start with a photo. Add your logo. Get it just right. Want to make it pop? Try a special finish. If you need help, we can do it for you. And if you want a premium paper, we've got that too. You want it done right, so we absolutely guarantee the paper, the printing, even your design. Every time, for any reason. Because you have a vision, and we have your card. 500 start at just $9.99 when you enter promo code BC500 at Vistaprint.com.
Dempsey walks up, takes it, scores! The U.S. leads. Dempsey's 50th for Jones. Low shot, double, shooting, Bobby Wood!
Costa Rica down 3-0. Already making one sub, bringing in Saborio due to an injury. Looks like more might be on the way. Jose Salvatierra, we're being told, might be checking into this match.
Did Saborio touch the ball in the first half?
He might.
Yes, 3 times on the kickoff.
You might say the same about Bedoya, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. 50 cap for the Belgian today. 50 national.
How does Costa Rica regroup and handle this final 45?
Well, they've got to get one quick. They've got to look to build the first 10 minutes. They got to look to get one, and then build off of that, get the second one, the next block. But it's not going to be easy. This U.S. team is playing well.
Those are your live Group A standings. Remember, Costa Rica, they have Colombia on Saturday still. The U.S. with 3 points for now for the second 45. Back out to Chicago, JP Delacamera and Stuart Holden.
Thank you, Rob. We are going to see 2 changes for Costa Rica. Salvatierra is coming in, and Azofeifa played the other night as a sub in the first game. Campbell is coming out. Does that surprise you, Stu?
Yeah, I'm just signaling to you there. I said no Campbell, which is one of your better offensive players. Plays at Arsenal, but he's really struggled to get into the game, so in that sense it doesn't.
Well, Herc was mentioning as the second half is underway that they like to get a quick goal. They take out arguably their best offensive player.
Yeah, and Salvatierra is not going to get as far up the field. A little bit further back, so interesting how this plays out for Costa Rica. I can't see them playing as high of a line as they did in the first half. But then again, they might. I mean, they need to go for this. They need to get a quick goal. They need to get back in the game. They need to get some confidence. Easier said than done with the way this United States team is playing right now.
USA with a 3-0 lead. Right at halftime, Jen Taft had a chance to check with Jurgen Klinsmann. What did he tell you, Jen?
Well, he was obviously very pleased with this 3-0 lead. And what he was most impressed with, he said, we got through a few of those first hiccups in the first couple minutes, and we found ourselves. He said, we worked for those goals. We grinded it out. And he really was pleased with the way they've been managing the game. He doesn't want to have them give away any gifts and also keep possession of the ball. And guys, let me tell you, 2 minutes before that halftime club ended, the U.S. team ready to go. They had to be held back.
Oh, what a start contrast from early on in this game, where Joel Campbell hits a shot, it goes wide of the goal, it bounces off the scoreboard, he's picking it up, he's putting the ball in back in play. United States were rattling and out. United States 3-0 at halftime. They're coming roaring out because they want more.
Yeah, there's no real debate, right? I mean, Costa Rica was the better team for the first 7 minutes or so. The penalty kick really changed things for sure. I mean, that's not the be-all and end-all, but the USA picked up their play after Dempsey scored on the penalty kick. It was a big lift for them.
Yeah, and you could fairly say that it took the steam out of Costa Rica a little bit, but right after the goal, they were back, they were pressing, but it was down to the United States having the ability and the effectiveness to break down that Costa Rica defense through movement. Again, here's Clint Dempsey.
More of that movement. Dempsey looking to find Wood, who was trying to angle his run, but the timing was off. Jurgen Klinsmann talked about movement in the offensive third, talked about how the space was hard to find, so you have to keep moving, as he said, keep trying, try to find that space, and he was confident they would get it, and they did tonight so far.
Yeah, they were, and the word was patience. And at times in the first half, they did need more patience than they even showed. But I would say it was Clint Dempsey with the patience in the build-up and understanding the timing, when to release the ball for the goal for Jermaine Jones, and then Bobby Wood with an individual effort. But as much as said is for the flexibility of a Juan Carlos Osorio formation, and I'm not comparing this necessarily to that, but the United States started in a 4-3-3, and now they've quite comfortably fallen back into a 4-4-2, which also allowed them to get that third goal. So you do have a little bit of flexibility within the formation and with the players that are out on the field right now.
Costa Rica will try the long ball. Of course, they still have some offensive talent out there with Saborio. Guzan will grab that one in some traffic. Holds on. .31-year-old Guzan will toss it to the right. Yedlin. Bradley. Yedlin tried to get up the wing. A deflected ball will find its way back to the young right back. Put in a tough spot.
was a gutsy pass.
Yeah, it was. Very confident from DeAndre Yedlin.
Dempsey. Good on the ball. Now for Bradley. That's blocked. Gathered in. Borjas over the top. Handball appeal, but it's not given. Ruiz asking for it, as were others. Costa Rica back in the ball. It's important for them for goal differential as well. Giving up 3 here. So they're -3 in that category. Over the top for Samario, and that's swept away by Brooks. Zardes this time loses it, went down, gets the foul.
Well, Costa Rican players are going over to Zambrano trying to have a quick word about what they thought was a handball. Didn't get a good look at it from our angle here, JP, but it's hard to say, especially Yedlin's running back towards his own goal and didn't know much about it.
Cameron. Zardes from the LA Galaxy holding there. Zardes pushing it ahead. Trying to leave it off for Michael Bradley, who receives it well. Finds John Brooks. Johnson. Brooks. Bradley. Jones. Sprayed it out wide. Well done off the chest of Yedlin. More possession here for the U.S. But more possession with a purpose tonight. They had some decent possession numbers for part of that game against Colombia, but they weren't doing anything with it.
No, and I had to watch it back twice just to make sure. And when we talked to Jurgen Klinsmann this morning, he was happy with the possession, but
Johnson going after it.
Good defending from Cameron there to get back. But yeah, he was happy with the possession, but he also recognized that they weren't clinical enough. And to say, we highlighted at the top of the show, clinical in front of goal, movement into behind those spaces and behind the fullbacks. Check, check, check. They checked all the boxes so far in that first half.
3 goals in the first half. They only had 2 shots on target in the entire 90 minutes against Colombia in game 1. Costa Rica back on the ball. Acosta. Driven long. Intended for Ruiz. Help is coming on the flank. Matarita into the box. Knocked away by Cameron. Blasted over Luzan. Goal kick USA.
Azofeifa with the shot from distance. It's always rising, always going over.
Long clearance towards Zardes. Dempsey moving it up quickly. 3 in the attack this time for the U.S. Play continues, no foul given there. A collision there, Azofeifa. And this one is against the U.S. And Wood just lashed back. Got to keep your cool. Referees do oftentimes catch the second guy, if not the first.
Well, he's pointing to his eye, telling the referee to have a look, or that he missed something.
But again,
I expected this a lot earlier.
Yeah.
I expected this a lot earlier in this game.
But it could start happening now.
And Bobby Woods, he is showing his studs a little bit as he comes in for that challenge. It's a strong, hard challenge. Just trying to have a look and see if there was anything after the play that he wasn't happy about. Might have been that second challenge that came in from Acosta.
The live action swept away by Fabian Johnson. The outside backs have had a lot to do with this USA lead tonight, 3-0. Yedlin and Johnson. The Copa America Centenario on FS1 is sponsored by Sprint. Enjoy Copa America Centenario. Sprint. Game on. Bolaños bringing it out. Bradley follows him all the way out. You can hear, we're pretty low from our press box location, but you can hear the communication from the U.S. players. Loud and clear.
And good communication between the center backs, John Brooks and Jeff Cameron.
Ruiz holding, leads it, Borges is in! Oh, that looked like a sure one.
Yeah, I think Brooks just does enough here. It was a good late run out of midfield from Borges. And the United States were just caught trying to get their lines up. It was a long ball over the top initially. Good late run, and Brooks comes lunging over. I think actually Borges opts not to take this. He could have drawn the contact. Brooks went down early. But what it does do is it throws him off. He goes with the outside of the foot. He can't get it under the crossbar. It would have been right at Brad Guzan. Just little signs. The United States have lost the upper hand in the second half.
Flag was up.
Just trying to figure out why Jurgen Klinsmann would have switched to a 4-4-2. And maybe it was to match up with Costa Rica because they've switched into a 4-4-2 and he wants to go man for man. But
when did it start? Right after the second goal, you said?
Right after the second goal, yeah. Jermaine Jones moved inside. Bobby Wood moved up top. And they did score the third from that. So maybe he feels comfortable in there also. But I just feel they had the upper hand in that 4-3-3. They were the controlling team. Their movement was excellent. They're just coming under a little bit of pressure now.
Borges moving it over. If they expected Costa Rica to roll over, that's not happening. Costa Rica is playing with a purpose here in this second half. Down 3-0, down went Bedoya.
That one hurts.
Yeah. And the ball is going to go out.
I think that one was below the belt.
Bedoya up quicker than we thought.
Up quicker than I would have been, that's for sure.
Costa Rica back on the ball. 3-0 USA with the lead. Human nature. It's tough. You're up 3-0 and things are looking easy. Not easy this half.
No, and they're being asked to defend. Can't really get any type of possession to get out right now. And they are comfortably up 3-0, but you don't want to invite pressure, especially at that point when things were going so well. And perhaps you're conserving energy, but you conserve just as much energy defending like this as you do going forward.
It's Matarrita.
Great challenge, DeAndre Yedlin.
And this is a good Costa Rican team. Forget about what the scoreboard might indicate. Here's Ruiz. Nice ball inside. And then it's going to be swept away by Brooks.
Well, we were talking about goal differential at halftime, weren't we? And it's the first tiebreaker in the group, so the United States, theoretically, if they scored 2 more goals, could go top of the group, which would be a remarkable turnaround.
They're a +1 as we speak. A reminder that the Colombia versus Paraguay game is going to be coming up later from the Rose Bowl, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. Justin Kutcher and Kobe Jones in the call of that. Foul given there. Usually Costa Rica gets these calls.
Yeah, I think Jermaine Jones is a little lucky here. He's kind of sprawling on the ground. It's a good challenge to win it at first, and then there is a little bit of a tangle.
I was going to say, is U.S. taking something out of Costa Rica's playbook?
Game management?
Yes.
Perhaps. And why not? 3-0 up, 60 minutes to go, and I think we'll see quite a few changes from Jurgen Klinsmann. And we did ask him this morning about making changes and whether we'd see some today, and he kept that close to his chest. But he did say that if the first game had gone a little bit differently, you maybe had an opportunity to rotate the team in this second game. But with that one being a loss, you really needed. This was a must-win.
Bedoya was going after that. Cut off. Good hustle. Bedoya's got to be careful, though. He's already got a yellow card coming into this game. If he gets one in this game, he's out for the next one. Saturday versus Paraguay in Philadelphia. Duarte will push it back. 60th minute, USA with a 3-0 lead over Costa Rica. Bolaños, that's got to be a foul.
Well, there's game management again from Fabian Johnson. He has good positioning. He's step for step with Bolaños, feels the contact, goes down, and wins a free kick. You'll see it here. There is a little bit of a tug, but he knows what he's doing.
So you're saying gamesmanship?
Gamesmanship, yeah. Gamesmanship, game management, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Jen Taft has a good gamesmanship story, don't you, Jen?
Well, yeah, there's always been a little rivalry between these two teams, and back in 2013, the U.S. was visiting Costa Rica. It was the first meeting with the Tigos after that Snow Classico, and, you know, Costa Rica wasn't accommodating. They had travel problems. The U.S. couldn't find places to train, even training at a dairy farm. So some interesting rivalry between these two teams.
It's never easy when you go to other countries, Stu, as you know.
Oh, I know. They don't make it easy for you, and they're not always accommodating. But in these types of tournaments, it's run by Copa America, so
sometimes conveniently, an
things just
orchestra
happen.
or a band shows up outside your hotel.
We've had a few flat tires at times.
Shake the bus a little, etc.
Yeah, I remember playing down in Mexico, going to Azteca. The night before the game, we all had to take Ambiens and wear earplugs because there was banging of the drums. There was about 100 people outside our hotel. And I even woke up at 3 in the morning expecting them to be gone. Nope, they're there.
Still there. USA leading here 3-0. Past the hour mark. How does USA get that rhythm back so that the rest of this game isn't as difficult as it has to be, as it needs to be?
I think you maybe need a couple of changes. And those will probably be in the wide areas. I think that would maybe be Jesse Zardes might be your first sub. Maybe Bedoya, he's been working hard down this left-hand side, which obviously would open it up for either Nagbe or Pulisic, who seem to be the first two subs consistently off the bench. Maybe you give Clint Dempsey a little bit of a rest.
Going long, far side. Zardes, this could be trouble. Brooks, terrific job with the footwork there. If he's stripped there, it's one-on-one against Guzan. Here is Dempsey over the halfway line, being chased. He went down. Does not get the call this time. USA has gotten their share of those calls, though, tonight. Not that time. Switched across. Bolaños off the chest. Nice ball inside. Salvatierra had it blocked out for a corner for Costa Rica.
Yeah, and look who's making that challenge. Jermaine Jones. All the way down by the end line. Makes an excellent 20-yard run. Look at that sprint. His ability to close down spaces. He's an excellent athlete. Recognizing on, he's a full 6 yards behind. Makes that up and makes the challenge. Punches the ground, showing a bit of frustration, I think, because the United States have taken their foot off the gas.
Bolaños to take this corner. He'll drive it. It's deflected out. Swing and a miss that time by Borges. Matarita. Yedlin missed him. Recovers. Deflected ball. Guzan. Oh, I thought he prevented it from
I did too, actually.
corner.
But the assistant referee was right on the line down on our near side here.
Good idea for the quick restart. Try to catch the U.S. off guard, but Costa Rica loses it. Goal kick, United States. Members of the U.S. Women's National Team.
Tobin Heath,
Kristen Press,
Julie Johnston. They'll be enjoying this one.
Yeah, Kristen and Julie play for the Chicago Red Stars in the NWSL. Tobin, of course, for Portland. They played in Cleveland this past weekend against Japan. 2 games this past week. They're getting ready for the Olympics in Rio in August. Ball is going to be knocked out of play, and the U.S. have a man down.
Yeah, it's Dempsey. He's just staying down a little longer. I wonder if that's a signal for Jurgen Klinsmann. Hey, look, Dempsey's been working hard today. He's been in the challenges.
You know, Stu, we talked before about the U.S. couldn't lose if they're eliminated, right? a draw would have made things interesting, but this is looking more and more like a win, but they still don't win anything. They still have that third game to go against Paraguay. So the substitutions, whatever Jurgen Klinsmann does, part of that is to get this game back, but he's got to think about Saturday.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With 25 minutes to go, you're certainly thinking about that third game. Paraguay had a really tough one against Costa Rica. Down in Orlando, it was hot. It was a long, physical 0-0.
And we don't know, of course, what Paraguay is going to do tonight. Will they get any points out of that game against Colombia? So who knows what the scenario might be come Saturday. But the U.S. has to be ready for a tough one against Paraguay. Coming back on the left. Bradley tries to defend. Behind the circle. Bolaños leaves it off. Much energized Costa Rican side coming out at halftime, not with their heads down, but with their heads high up, trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, it's been a commendable second half for Costa Rica, who we did expect a little bit more from them in the first half. The United States opening up that defense that's typically been very stingy, tough to score again. We did that game against Paraguay, and they were tough. They really didn't allow Paraguay many chances.
Samario brings it down with some skill, leaves it off. Bolaños off a block. There's also Faito, who had lost it, comes all the way back. Pemberton playing it short. He just joined us. Dempsey, Jones, and Wood are the goal scorers, all in the first half. Dempsey's penalty kick got it started, his 50th international goal, and the USA was off and running.
What's he, 7 behind Landon Donovan now?
To tie him. Cleared by Johnson. Zardes. He gets clipped. Well, at least I thought he did. And those that are booing in the seats agreed.
This game from a United States perspective is crying out for some fresh legs, some renewed energy. Someone to try and give this team a little bit of a spark. I think it's going to be up front. Give them a bit of an outlet. They've struggled to get out of their own end.
Costa Rica with Matarrita, and that's going to be cleared away. Corner, Costa Rica. Ball played across, headed, and Guzan got a piece, and maybe the post. Assistant referee had the flag up anyway.
Looks like Graham Zuzi's actually getting ready to come into this game. I'm not sure he was offside. He does. Comes off that right post. That's a good header for Brian Ruiz. Rises well against the big John Brooks, and Guzan's nowhere near that.
Yeah. From our angle, I thought Guzan may have gotten it, but you did see, you could see it also hit the post.
He has no chance on this one. If this is inside the post, that's going in.
The flag was up anyway, so
another warning shot for the United States, and there is Graham Zuzi talking to Andy Herzog and Tab Ramos.
Zardes. Wood went down. No call that time. U.S. moving it around now with Fabian Johnson. Bedoya keeping the ball. Jermaine Jones sending it all the way across to Yedlin.
This could be Zardes' last involvement. I have to think that Zuzi's going to come in that right-hand side. And Zardes has worked hard tonight. It hasn't always gone well for him in the final third. A lot was asked of him defensively.
Michael Bradley holds it. Jones. Much better connection tonight overall from the midfield compared to Colombia.
Yeah, certainly. Movement. Don't be sick of me saying movement, but it's been the key. It's what's unlocked the defense. It's what's given them a better rhythm, a better tempo.
Borges just got clipped by Brooks. Ball was almost played through, and now it's Guzan. slowing it down. Graham Zusi right by the fourth official. He will be the first USA sub.
It could be Wood or Zardes, my guess. And
it's going to happen now. And it is Bobby Wood's number. Bobby Wood came up with a big goal to give his team some insurance. He gets this nice ovation from the Chicago faithful.
And he did this a lot this season. Got himself a move to Hamburg in the Bundesliga, and he thrives off of this type of service in this area. He has a lot to do here. Back to goal, turns and hits it so quickly that he actually has the goalkeeper, Pemberton, going the wrong way. His feet weren't set because he's not expecting Wood to hit that so quickly. It was a quick release. And just another glimpse at why Bobby Wood has been so successful this season in Germany.
Well, besides the fresh legs of Zusi, he should be able to also help with a possession game.
Yeah, he would, and he is going to play on that right-hand side. It's actually Gyasi Zardes who's going to slip up front alongside Clint Dempsey. Zardes, as we all know, very familiar with the center forward role.
Back to Guzan. Are you surprised they only subbed in one player instead of two at that point, or no?
Potentially, but I don't think a second would be too far away. Bobby Wood worked hard, very hard, and we saw him deep, almost as a left back at times. Then still when they break, he was breaking with energy to getting into the attack. So he's put a lot of mileage on those legs that's typically required to play through the middle, which I can tell you is a lot less than playing on those wings.
Far side ball goes out for a Costa Rica throw-in. USA with a 3-0 lead, 72nd minute. Johnson fighting. Battle with Salvatierra. Assistant referee has the flag up.
I think that's a little bit soft there. I think Fabian Johnsons was shocked he got that foul.
The Copa America Centenario on FS1 is sponsored by Bud Light. Raise one to right now. Brad Guzan sending it long, well over the halfway line towards Zardes. He got hit as that ball was in the air. Foul on Duarte.
I know the United States are up 3-0, but the Michael Bradley, Jermaine Jones combination in midfield, if it's just the two of them, we've seen it tried many a times, and I just don't necessarily think there's the best understanding between them, because at times they're very similar. They both want to get on the ball, they both drop deep. And that's why I think in the first half it was so effective that Jermaine Jones was a little bit higher. He's tilted at an angle next to Michael Bradley. He has Alejandro Bedoya on that right-hand side.
Was part of the difference going from 4-4-3?
Oh, absolutely.
4-3-3 to 4-4-2.
In that 4-3-3, Jermaine Jones is a little bit further in front than Michael Bradley. Michael Bradley can come back, find the space. He knows how to get those pockets deep.
Bradley won that ball back. Jones putting it through. Bedoya played it across. Oh, he passed up an open shot and open net, I think, too.
Yeah, he's too unselfish here, Alejandro Bedoya. And Jermaine Jones further up the field gets the ball on the half turn. This is excellent vision. And Bedoya has an opportunity here, if he goes with his favored right foot, just to wrap that one around and find the far post, much like Jermaine Jones's goal in the first half.
They still get a corner kick out of it. And two players down in the box. Dempsey was taken down. The referee's coming over for a chat, pointing at both. Roddy Zambrano trying to maintain control of this. Still a good job, I would think, so far in this game.
Dempsey's and Duarte getting tangled up.
Short corner to Bedoya from Zusi. Alejandro Bedoya's pass across. Dempsey went for it. And then It goes against the U.S. Costa Rica quickly with the ball. Headed upfield, 75th minute. A 3-0 USA lead.
A bit more selfish in front of goal. Had a clear chance to try and put one away there and get himself on the score sheet.
Duarte couldn't find Bolaños. Johnson picked it off, got it ahead. Dempsey lost it there as he tried to control. Azofeifa, Salvatierra. Costa Rica on the ball, down by 3. Soldier Field in Chicago. Game 2 for these two teams in Group A. Colombia-Paraguay follows us 10 p.m. Eastern on FS1. Azofeifa. Bolaños. That's Brooks again. He's won just about everything in the box, in the air and on the ground.
Yeah, we haven't had to talk too much about the center back switch from the United States perspective is certainly encouraging, but blossoming partnership of Brooks and Jeff Cameron, the understanding between both of them, the communication, their back line, the back four, very in sync.
Over 39,000 tonight at Soldier Field. Nice to see all the red, white, and blue American Outlaws and other supporters groups in the stadium, loud and strong. The U.S. gave them a great show in that first half. Right side, Salvatierra, too close to Guzan. You see Chris Wondolowski up by the 4th official, so the U.S. gets ready to make another change. We said before that the U.S. used the same starting 11 from that Colombia game. You wonder, will they go again on Saturday against Paraguay with the same 11 coming off of this result? Of course, you don't know about injury or anything else that happens in this game that could force them to change. But you wonder. Dempsey's coming out. Terrific night for Clint Dempsey, to say the least.
Yeah, he certainly has. First half, he was the best player on the field for the United States. Finding the space really well in between the lines. He's getting a standing ovation here.
Well, there were those a short while ago that wondered, would Clint Dempsey still be a part of the U.S. national team? And in the next World Cup, etc., all he does is play well in these big events.
Oh, he does. But this is exactly why you need a Clint Dempsey in your team. He's a leader. He's going to fight. He's one that will lead by example. And when you need a goal, Clint Dempsey's there. Jurgen Klinsmann did leave him out for a little stretch, but he's fought his way back in. He's played well with the Seattle Sounders. He's made it impossible for Jurgen Klinsmann to leave him out of the squad. And again, by his performance today, he's made it impossible to leave him out of your lineup. So, good performance by Clint Dempsey.
Bolaños turning. Drops it off for the back heel. Borges. Duarte. Wondolowski's on the chase. 7 goals this year for Wondolowski with the San Jose Earthquakes. And as always, he's up there among the goal-scoring leaders. Far sideline, Matarrita. Got it through on the left. Defended by Zusi. USA had made 2 changes. That's Bradley coming back. Costa Rica's already made their 3 changes. One they had to in the first half due to injury. Salvatierra leaving it off. Bit of a hole there. Bolaños showing some skill. Bradley showing some fight. Detains him. That's blocked. Picked up by Jermaine Jones. Got away from that traffic. Bedoya taken down. Here's Jones. Advantage call, says the referee. Jermaine Jones high upfield. Looks for an option. Over the top. The run there from Zusi as he tried to get that ball before Pemberton.
Yeah, Bedoya is still down on the ground in front of us. The referee's going to stop play. It was after he laid that ball off to Jermaine Jones, just caught a little bit of late contact. Here it is, lays it off. Not too much in that. Sabrio raising his hand. Just catches his trail leg, sends Bedoya to the ground. Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, those hurt. That's a dead leg.
Well, that might have an influence on who the next sub might be. Tough schedule in this tournament, looking at 3 games in 9 nights, and for some teams the travel is not much, for others it's brutal.
Oh yeah, cross-country travel, and then you have teams like Mexico don't go east of the Mississippi. Next game in the Rose Bowl. The luck of the draw.
How about Paraguay? Start in Orlando, end up in Pasadena, go to Philadelphia.
It's not a short flight.
No.
Just get a little taste of what it's like for MLS teams.
So true. 17, speaking of MLS, 17 players are on MLS rosters from these 2 teams.
Well, they'll be familiar with the travel, that's for sure, but it always is the first comment when players come to Major League Soccer. It's about the travel and the toll it takes on your body, and that's when it becomes important in 3 games in 9 days about recovery, doing the right things after the game, ice baths, recovery bars, shakes, you name it. They've got everything now.
Oh, a card on Brooks. Second booking of the day. First one to Fabian Johnson.
Well, that becomes important as well, and it is a yellow card from John Brooks. He gets there late, foul on Ruiz.
Meanwhile, Kyle Beckerman is up by the 4th official. He will become the 3rd and final USA sub. Bedoya is down again. I'm assuming that that's going to be the switch. Waiting for it to become official from the 4th official, and it is. Bedoya's number is up. Bedoya played well tonight. Sort of unsung, right?
Yeah, he's always kind of that unsung guy. I think if you're looking at the stat sheet, you're not always going to think Alejandro Bedoya's had a good game, but it's the work he does off the ball. I was even watching him again against Colombia, and he was trying to stretch in behind. He was running back. Again tonight, he made some big challenges. He was all over the field. He was involved on the offensive end and defensive end. Typical Alejandro Bedoya performance.
Free kick here for Costa Rica from about 26 yards away. Bolaños is over the ball. U.S. have 3 in the wall. 10 yards back. To make it official, there's the spray. Lofted up there, chance, played in front, and somehow that doesn't go in. 2 Costa Rican players down as that ball went over the line.
An instant involvement for Kyle Beckerman. Comes on the field, gets himself in the right position here.
It's going to be a corner kick.
I'm trying to see if it's Zardes who loses his man at the back post. He's trying to square it instead of going for goal.
Off that in swinger, headed away. Upfield, it's Yedlin holding it, leaving it. Now, Wondolowski a bit behind Jones. Now Costa Rica, look at how they're scrambling to get back. Zersi's open in the box, or towards the box, lost it and recovered. Off a block, he went down. He's going to get the call, but just outside that line.
Oh, they had a good opportunity for counterattack, and Jermaine Jones had played it perfectly into Zuzi's path. He just gets the ball caught under his feet a little bit, takes the sting out of the counterattack. Gets the right bounce, and he's breaking, and yeah, Bolaños brings him down. This is a good area to to just try and hit it hard right along the ground or with just a little bit of height towards that back post. For a goalkeeper, this is a nightmare because he's got bodies flying towards the goal. There's a lot of traffic. It can take a deflection. It's a tough position for Michael Bradley just to try and float it up there. There's not much distance between him and all the bodies in the middle, so actually Costa Rica are putting, I think it's Acosta, yeah, it's Acosta kind of in that space, that gap that we were talking about.
And now John Brooks goes forward to be a part of this free kick from Michael Bradley. 28-year-old captain ready. It's too low, it's turned away. Yeah. We've seen him score from there. Jones, broken up. Bradley, first man back to recover. First ball gets him going again. Knocked away from Zusi. Out for a throw-in. '86th minute. The USA with a 3-0 lead. All of the goals coming in the first half of play. They're minutes away from picking up a huge 3 points in Group A. A loss would have eliminated them from this competition with 1 game still to go.
Well, they answered the first test. 1 more to go, at least in the group stages. The initial goal was quarterfinals, which Jurgen Klinsmann then changed to the semifinals, so this is a much more encouraging performance, certainly, than the Colombia match.
Oh, nice ball, Beckerman to Wondolowski, and the flag goes up. Just as Wando was looking over to try to find Zardes, perhaps, the offside flag went up.
And he does have a look across the line at first, and it was close, but he was offside. And an earlier look at that Costa Rica chance. Goes with the bottom of his foot, unconventionally, and Kyle Beckerman is just behind Saborio. Yeah, just gets in front of it, actually, and falls fortuitously to Kyle Beckerman.
Off that pick, Zusi in! Zusi shot! Go! 4-0 US!
Well done, Graham Zusi. As a substitute, you have an opportunity to make a difference. He closes it down, but watch the run of Chris Wondolowski. As Zusi's coming across, he forces the defender to just step out for a half second, and Acosta has to honor the run of Wondolowski, which opens up that space for Zusi on his left foot, just to find the corner of the net. You're going to get a great look at it here because Acosta's there, and oh, yep, he has to step to the side to cover the run. Chris Wondolowski, and Graham Zusi does the rest, smashing it low and hard to the goalkeeper's left, and the United States comfortably cruising at 4-0.
And that goal temporarily puts the USA on top of Group A. Goal differential same as Colombia, but they've scored more goals, which is the next tiebreaker. Colombia versus Paraguay coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern here on FS1. We're throwing here for the U.S. Well, that puts a nice exclamation point on the night for the U.S. because here in the second half, they weren't getting those opportunities. Costa Rica looked better.
Yeah, but Jurgen Klinsmann will be happy, and they did soak up pressure, and they weren't as proactive, but the way that they played in the second half, they're perhaps conserving a little bit of energy. They're in cruise control, not as much of a license to go forward, but you said it, they've been pushing a little bit more in the second half. The changes have certainly helped. They've brought new energy, a bit more life, a bit more urgency, and then they get that fourth goal.
Had Costa Rica not come out with this effort in the second half, the score would have been most likely more lopsided. So give them credit as well. But now it's 4-0. That's the way it looks on the big board here in Chicago. In front of 39,000 plus. 90th minute, we'll see about stoppage time soon. Bradley drives in. Cameron save Pemberton. Otherwise, it would have been 5-0 U.S. Jones. Quality save for the Costa Rican goalkeeper. Comes all the way back to Brad Guzan. Off the chest of Jones. Try to sneak that ball through. It's cut off. All the way back to goal to Pemberton. Pemberton holding. Short. Duarte. Borges. Pushing it across. A 4-0 USA lead. Waiting for that stoppage time. It's going to be 3 minutes added on. Saverio on the ball for Costa Rica. Still have to play Colombia on Saturday in their final game of the group.
Which has now become a must-win for Costa Rica.
Tapped across, and then a quick shot as a Pepa, and Guzan stops that. Won't spill it there.
This was the earlier chance from Jeff Cameron arriving at the near post after the short corner kick. Pemberton does well, moving across his goal. Two-handed save.
Back to live action in stoppage time. The Copa America Centenario on FS1 is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, the official insurance partner of U.S. Soccer and the U.S. men's national team. Foul there, free kick coming for Costa Rica.
Speaking of insurance, I wonder if that gives him a little bit more job insurance.
Some interesting quotes today from U.S. Soccer President Sunil Gulati.
Well, he called for results, didn't he? Results in major tournaments. And while I don't think that completely puts Jurgen in the clear this game, it certainly helps morale from both within the camp and above. But the big one now is going to be against Paraguay. If they can produce this type of performance in that game, they can get through the next round. It'll go a long way.
The Wondolowski pass finds Yedlin. Zusi. Try to find Yedlin again now. Yedlin does get it from Wondolowski. Played across. Zardes leaves it. Yedlin's shot had nothing on it in the end. He did a lot of running to get there, though. He probably had nothing left.
Yeah. Almost falls to him, but DeAndre Yedlin on his left foot inside the 18-yard box. Could go anywhere. He was good tonight, DeAndre Yedlin. A couple early defensive laps, but grew into the game. Really strong down that right-hand side.
Zardes went down, but he still moved that ball. He got the foul. Free kick from almost the same spot that Michael Bradley took one from a few moments back.
I wonder who wants this one. Might be Fabian Johnson.
He's among those walking toward it.
It's a little bit closer to the goal, that near post, so this has got direct free kick all over it. Shot on goal, Zusi or Johnson.
From about 22 yards out.
Saw Johnson score one from here in World Cup qualifying against St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Year-old left back right now, also a left-sided midfielder. Might be his position in World Cup qualifying and in the next World Cup. He's so versatile, can also play on the right.
6 goals for Mönchengladbach this season.
On the whistle! That's hit off the wall, out for a corner. And they won't get the corner, that's it! A convincing USA win tonight over Costa Rica. Goal scorers, Dempsey, Jones, Wood, and Zusi. 3 of them coming in the first half, 1 in the second half. So, Rob Stone, it was a must-win game, and that's exactly what the USA did. They are temporarily in first place in Group A.
JP, you can go from the cellar to the penthouse just like that at the Copa America. Yes, they are level with Colombia on points. They are level on goal difference, the next tiebreaker, goals scored, and those four, very important as the U.S. now on top of Colombia. Remember, Colombia set to take on Paraguay later tonight here on FS1. Jermaine Jones, what an outing from that man who seems to defy Father Time.
It doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. That guy's a beast, and he played like one tonight.
Shutout for Brad Guzan. Giassi Zardes getting the run again. Wondolowski off the bench. He was a little late, Fernando, in using his full complement of subs. A lot of folks wanted to see, including yourself, some of the younger guys.
Well, yeah, we are a little disappointed with the subs. I mean, I am, at least. I wanted to see Nagby. I wanted to see Pulisic. And instead we saw Wondolowski and Susi. But then again, I'm not Klinsmann, so I'm not disappointed with anything.
Nor should you be. 4-0. Plenty more reaction from Chicago coming up next. Nor should you be. 4-0. Plenty more reaction from Chicago coming up next. Nor should you be. 4-0. Plenty more reaction from Chicago coming up next. Nor should you be. 4-0. Plenty more reaction from Chicago coming up next.